December 1st. Well, I guess we're doing this. Good morning. Happy Vlogmas. I'm gonna try, okay? I'm gonna try. I've been having a really tough time because I'm so aware that all I do is nothing most days. So this is probably gonna be hella boring, which hopefully means this will be easy to edit. But the only thing I do is work and come home and sit around. But I know Vlogmas has been beloved in past years. I have not attempted it in a while. I'm scared. I have zero plans this December. I'm not even decorating my apartment for Christmas, so these aren't gonna be like very cozy vlogs. Maybe you can just see a slice of my life. First things first, it's 10 a.m. I was up until 4 a.m. Hi. So clearly the cats are hovering like sharks because they want breakfast. I have been miserably addicted to a couple of mobile phone games. Like I'm fucking 12. Not even that, like I'm fucking 7. Context, this is like Thanksgiving weekend, so I've had like 5 days off consecutively, and I was like, I'm gonna be so productive, I'm gonna read so much. Have not been productive, have not read so much. I've been addicted to these games. The first one, this is the new one, Goods Sort. I've also been big into Block Blast right now. I know all, hello, that was an ad. I know that's like the #1 game right now. I have not been spared. Don't get into it, you'll get addicted. I also started Perfect Tidy, which is like one of those satisfying games. What do you know about Fruit Merge? I've been getting into Fruit Merge heavy. I've been on like 4-hour flights where all I do is fruit merge and I don't get bored. And finally, I don't know, have y'all played Shawarma Legend? There's a song. Listen. Shawarma, oh shawarma, oh shawarma. Best game ever, nothing can surpass. If it's not tight, it's not right. And you basically, it's like playing Cooking Mama, but you're just making shawarma for people. And I finished the game after 2 days and I still play it. So long story short, I'm having a tough time reading because all I want to do is play my little iPad games. I literally got a headache yesterday because all I had been doing for like 10 hours was listening to podcasts. I'm big into the basement yard right now and playing these stupid games. I need you to know that as I'm introing this, Gordo is just staring at me. Hi. Are you hungry? I shouldn't have said anything. Anyway, if you're following along, Fatebreaker is the current read. This is the 3rd book in a series, and I feel like this is gonna be so boring to talk about because it's like, what can I say? Also, not a lot of people are interested in this. I'm 360 pages into this. Hey. Can I help you? I had a tough time getting into this series because it is definitely trying to be more plot heavy than romance, and that is difficult for me because there isn't a whole lot of plot in these. It's a lot of world building. So this last one actually kind of picked up in pace because like some characters were captured, some characters were escaped, some characters are, you don't know if they're doing well. So it left off in a spot that was like very tension fraught, and now I'm just like living for all the reunions. I'm a little over halfway. I don't want to kid myself and say I'm gonna finish this today, but that would be nice. Once I'm done with this, I'll probably start pulling from that. Do you agree? He agrees. I say he agrees all the time and no one knows what I'm referencing. I have to let you in on this secret. One of my favorite TikToks from like 2019.
Any man can be a father, but it takes someone special to be a daddy. Woody, he agrees. He agrees.
He agrees. He agrees. I say it all the time. I'm gonna get everyone else on it. Okay, let's go feed gremlins. Okay, it's been about 2 hours. I got like 100 pages into my book. I've been really locked in. I want a flavored water, and I have a lot of flavors at the moment, so I'm trying to decide. I really do like this root beer one. I might do the last one of this, even though it's not carbonated. It's just like, it tastes like a hard candy. Bone up the teeth. Also, I need to introduce y'all to a new member of the vlog squad. I have this running joke that this is my coffee bar, my own personal coffee shop, and we have a new employee. It's Miss Taylor with her fuck-ass bob. I have a coworker who's moving and has a cardboard cutout of her, and she offered her to me, so Jason and Timothy now have a coworker. So, hi Taylor. Thank you for making my coffees. So if you see her in the back of my vlogs, I do not have a home intruder. It is just Taylor Twift. Why are you yelling at me? So like I said, I got like 100 pages further. I'm on page 440. We're at the point where all of the armies are all colliding finally at the one spot. We're getting to some action. Books like these make me feel so grateful that I'm the kind of reader who sees it in my head like a movie, because this book for me has like, it's supposed to have Lord of the Rings vibes, and it does, but also it's so Skyrim, so I'm like reading it in my head like it's a video game or like it's, you know, Lord of the Rings. I'm still struggling with, it does not have any romance tropes. This has such beautiful like grumpy sunshine enemies to lovers. There's so many different couples that just have such great energy, but the purpose of it is not the action creates romantic tension. It's just the action is the action, and their romantic feelings are so secondary. The romantic feelings are like tertiary. They don't talk about it. Every moment where they could be having like a sweet moment, it is always glossed over, so I feel like I'm getting edged over and over. I think I like Red Queen more than this series just because it kept me on my toes so much more, and also it did have that romantic element that made it more addicting to me. But I appreciate these books for the journey that they are, because this is like such a vivid universe. I don't know, I'll come back with a full review, but that's my thoughts and feels so far. I have like one last Tupperware of leftovers of mashed potatoes and turkey, so when I'm hungry for lunch, I'm gonna just heat that up and then probably just finish this all in one sitting. I need to check. I get one work from home day per week. I haven't looked at my calendar to see when I should do that. I don't know if it should be tomorrow. I've got a pretty full day tomorrow, so either Tuesday or Friday I can work from home. We'll see how I feel. December is such a month of purgatory. What are we doing? When's the next vacation? I'm taking the entire week off for Christmas, which I hope will not become a rot week like Thanksgiving has kind of been. If I'm being honest, I'm supposed to take a 10-minute walk per day per my doctor, and I do not feel like doing that. I'm hoping these vlogs hold me accountable, because I guarantee I would not have woken up and washed my face and brushed my teeth and made breakfast and sat down and read my book if a camera weren't watching me. So to some degree, this adds a level of accountability into my life. So maybe in December I can make a daily walk a thing, because I'll have the camera on me and I'll be able to report back whether or not I did it. I literally have not left my apartment in 48 hours, but I really need to take out my trash today because I just cleaned out my fridge this morning. You know what? If I finish this book, maybe I can walk to my library, so everyone cross fingies. Well, oh my god, hey. It's just after 5 o'clock, which means the cats are gonna be yelling this entire clip, but I have set out on my mission and I finished Fatebreaker, which I was very nervous that this wasn't gonna be the last book in the series, but she said in the acknowledgements that this is the conclusion, so I'm like, thank God. Even though there's one plot point that's not wrapped up tidily, I have a feeling she's gonna write a spin-off series about a couple of characters. This was very nice. I mean, just like the long-awaited conclusion to any series. I liked the action. Like, I feel like the battle scene was done really well. Hi, Rosie. But there were a couple things that I just didn't anticipate and didn't make sense. Just like very convenient things happening at the very last minute where you're like, oh. It was very tense. I found myself covering the page a lot because I didn't want to my eyes jump and spoil myself. I don't know, like it was a satisfying ending, but I'm not like, my jaw isn't on the floor. I really grew to love the characters over the trilogy. Like I said, it just plays like a movie in my head. If you throw any long-haired, 6.5 foot tall blonde elf, or I guess he's not even an elf, he's just immortal, but if you give me a man like that, I'm gonna be obsessed. I'm hoping that he gets a spin-off book because he's part of the plot line that's like a little bit unsolved. Excuse me, can you move? Thank you. I will just say though, it's a little bit awkward that he is immortal and his bestie is mortal. All I think about is, hey, how's this gonna go in 60 years? Similar to, has anyone ever discussed like an ACOTAR? Reese and Cassian are like 500 and the Fae women are like 19. Aren't they gonna outlive them by like 300 years? I don't know. Things I think about. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this book 4 stars. Again, it was really good. I was invested. I read it in like 3 sittings, but she dangles romance. Like, we barely get a kiss between these characters, which that might be a win for like the aromantic, asexual girlies. If you want something with just a splattering. I was hoping for a more satisfying conclusion in that space, and it still stayed very light. Also, there was massive throuple potential with like a female-female situation, and that never happened, so Victoria, I'm disappointed. That's my book. I now need to feed the cats and feed myself. I never had lunch because I had a late breakfast, and okay, if you couldn't tell, my window is open. So I'm gonna have my mashed potatoes and turkey now because it is overdue. But is anyone in here hungry? Oh, he wasn't listening. Are you hungry? There it goes. Should we get dinner? Oh, hi. You're hungry? Okay. While my dinner is in the microwave, I do need to go for my walk and take my book to the library, but I really don't want to. By the time I finish dinner, it'll be dark outside. I'm still in the PJs I went to bed in. I need to at least change. I just talked with my sister recently when I was in DC, and I was like, how do you do things? Because she's very motivated. Like, she runs marathons, and clearly I do not. I was like, hey, how do you function? And her advice was, just don't let yourself talk yourself out of it, just do it. That whole concept is kind of foreign to me because I'll sit there and go back on the pros and cons and weigh if I should or if I shouldn't. I'm very indecisive, but all that to say, I think after I finish eating, I'm going to like stand up, put clothes on, get shoes on, and walk without even overthinking it. Even talking about it that way is making me feel a little bit better about doing it. I'm gonna eat my mashed potatoes. I forgot, I basically ate all the turkey, so there's like one little piece left. I'll probably have like a second dinner of salad at some point. But the best part about finishing a book is you get to choose the next one you're gonna read. So I've already been like preheating what the vibe is. I know I need to stop reading library books because my goal is to read everything on my physical TBR, and that is already lengthy. But it's been a minute since I've indulged and some Monster Smut. Like, it's been a big minute, like since August. After reading my fantasy trilogy and some literary fiction and a classic, I feel like my brain deserves a little cock as a treat, especially because that last book was just brutally unsexy. So I'm gonna give this one a shot. Bull Moon Rising by Ruby Dixon. This is the same author who did the Ice Planet Barbarians series that I thought was horrible. Like, book 1 was horrid, but this is her new series about a girl who wants to be an archaeologist, but women aren't allowed. Not an archaeologist, an artifact guild, whatever. I'm very concerned at the fact that we can have universes with minotaurs and romance between creatures and humans, and we still write the world that's sexist. But I digress. Mashed potato time. I might start my book, and I need to go for my walk, but I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna do it. Even though doing it will require putting on a bra. I'm just gonna keep recording stream of consciousness while I go to change, because I just found myself standing in the kitchen not wanting to go for a walk, and I refuse to not go for a walk. Spotify Wrapped is gonna drop any day now, and I am eagerly awaiting my results. I know for a fact that the Tortured Poets department is going to be the top, but I'm curious if anything infiltrated the ranks. I'm thinking maybe Risk by Gracie Abrams, or maybe something from Short and Sweet, just because songs that are 2 minutes long are dangerous. Because even if they're not your favorite of the year, if they go on repeat or if they come on shuffle, they linger. So I just looked up my Receiptify for November. My #1 song played was That's So True, which is so true, but the rest of it was from Tortured Poets department. So I'm hoping that my #1 song of the year, which I think will either be LOML, I Hate It Here, or The Prophecy, will not get dethroned by something else. We'll see. I don't even know how cold it is outside today. Also, I read like the first half of chapter 1 of that Minotaur book. I'm debating not reading it because I can just tell from the writing style, and it's 400 pages. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of plot and a lot of like basically written action. I'd rather read something I know I'm gonna love, so I'm torn. I'm gonna go walk. Even though I don't know where my AirPods are, I'm gonna do it without. Okay, 5 minutes later, I did my walk. Proud of myself that it happened, but not surprised why I put it off, because although there's a sense of immediately stepping outside and being like, oh my god, it's outside, it's so nice out, my chest hurts. That short of a walk is still like intense for me, which is kind of scary and a little bit embarrassing to admit, but rather than that scaring me into walking more often and fixing it, I'm like retreating into my, if it's hard, I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna think about tomorrow and whether or not I'm gonna walk tomorrow. I'm gonna take it a day at a time, but while I recover from sweating, I'm on page 7 of this. I'm just gonna read this for long enough to decide if I really care. Like, the idea of this sounds nice. Oh, I forgot my phone died, so I couldn't check if this was on Kindle Unlimited, but I'm gonna do that first because I might just return this and read it on Kindle one day. Oh my god, why did that exhaust me? Okay, it's a couple hours later. I laid in bed. I love laying in bed. As predicted, I'm getting a bit peckish, so I'm gonna find something else to eat for dinner part 2. But I went on Goodreads and I just read all the Goodreads reviews of Full Moon Rising to be like, do I want to read this? I gave myself the ick. A lot of reviews said it was a lot of plot and not a lot of romance, and the romance that was there is not very good. That was enough for me to confirm my feelings, where I was like, this is a lot of plot and a lot of pages for what this book is. So I don't think I'm going to proceed with that one, but I don't know what I want to start next. So once I think I'm going to make a salad with some buffalo chicken. Once I do that, then I'll take a look at my TBR. Well, in a stunning turn of events that will surprise absolutely no one, I've been sitting in bed for the past couple hours on Instagram, but I've decided the format of these outros is going to be 2 things. 1, nightly update with Bonnie. Everyone say hi to Bonnie.
Hey y'all, I'm watching Sex in the City right now. That's my latest update.
How is it?
Honestly, it's pretty funny, but Carrie is delusional as hell.
First time watch for you?
Yeah.
So that's update number 1 for the end of the vlogs, is getting Bonnie's updates. That's the one for today. You'll have to do 25 more. The second thing is, I'm gonna take my Zoloft every outro so I don't forget. And I know I just took it this morning, but it's because I forgot last night, so no one get on my case about how I'm taking it twice in one day. Getting my serotonin. Yes, this is still my same root beer from earlier. Bonnie, I don't want to hear it that I'm having root beer water.
That's okay. I had root beer milk one time. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that's worse. Yeah, I don't really have a new read picked out. Maybe I'll figure that out by the end of the night. I'm just gonna return this back to the library. The only place that had it on ebook was Libby, so I requested it through there. It's not on Kindle Unlimited. She has outgrown her roots. Like, what do you mean it's not on Kindle Unlimited? When I googled Full Moon Rising Kindle Unlimited, it was a Reddit thread about why isn't it on Kindle Unlimited, and there were like 200 upvotes. So whatever. She thinks she's too good for us now. It's 9 o'clock right now, which I have decreed will be my cutoff time. Hold on, I gotta do the pitch perfect thing. You are cut off. Anything that happens after 9 o'clock, I'll either include in the next vlog or hopefully will be uneventful enough to not need to record. But I'm gonna go edit this vlog. Thank you everyone for joining me. We'll see if this lasts for more than 2 or 3 days. Oh my god, thumbnail. Okay. Bye.